Hello trader, welcome to the live session for NFP. Welcome to NFP trading. Friday, yesterday we had a disconnection in our live session, so you couldn't continue. Hope that today certainly should be fine. And as coming up with the NFP, end of the week, very volatile day. This is the best day to trade for the whole week. So if you guys excited to trade NFP in this live session, not only trading, also we'll be discussing many aspects of trading, technical aspect, as well as many other areas that you need to look at as a trader. And I was looking at quite a few instruments, gold as well as British pound, US dollar, euro dollar. Euro dollar also trending nicely. We see there is a rejection, and Gbpusd also there is a rejection from here. Gbpujpy also trending, dollar yen also trending, most of the pairs trending. Dollar yen, you can see that this is the 4-hour chart. The market trend is down currently, and we'll come back to it. First, let's quickly look at on XAU USD. We will be looking at the bigger picture, looking at the monthly to see how the price is evolving in that area on GBP USD. So let's look at on gold, and then once we see the market has done enough confirmation, has given enough confirmation, then we will be entering in the trades. Now let's look at here on gold. We can see that from here, this is the gold bullish candlestick pattern, followed by, we can see this is the monthly doji formation here in that area, and here is, we can see this is the monthly price action. This is an important level of support here, and also this is an important level of support here, quite important zone on XAU USD. And we have seen that there was a break of structure. The price has dropped well below this level from the monthly, and then has got now a bounce towards the upside here. And as NFP coming, as we discussed, that our aim here is to look for the long-term trading opportunity here. Now looking at the monthly on gold, we can see that from here, this is the monthly impulse, followed by, this is the monthly price action here, which is very important, monthly price action. And if we look at the weekly here, we can see that this is the weekly price action where there's a long wick at the top, and also there's a healthy body here, and expecting it to potentially break to the upside, as it is a long-term bull market. So any pullback, that means that if the spike in bearish, that means the downside, we may be able to find a significant bullish opportunity here. Now looking at the daily, where you can see this is the daily price action, where the market from the daily perspective is where the price was forming that series of higher low in that area. And we see that this is an impulse correction. It is in another impulsive phase, and this is the daily candlestick pattern here, which is very important bull candle. Now looking at the 4-hour, where we saw that after forming double bottom, there is a bounce here in this market on gold. And if we look at the 1-hour, dropping down to the slowly breaking down below here, we saw that the market early today, there was a break of structure, a strong drop to that support level, has bounced back up, and then the market in that area was consolidating. And now we can see from here had that break to the upside with a stronger momentum here. Now looking at the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes, and 5 minutes candlestick pattern here, 5 minutes trend is very, very bullish, where you see that this is a move correction. So the market trend is absolutely bullish, which is pretty strong bull market here on XAU USD. Now looking at the 1 minute chart to see where is our next opportunity in this market. Here is what we can see. This is a 1 minute perspective here. This is an impulse correction, sideways movement, expecting break of structure and then to trend again in that direction to create a new higher high in this market. So looking at here in that area, this is a this is where, if we look at the 1 minute, guys, you can see this is an uptrend here, and you can see the market breaking below, sideways movement. Now what we see in that area, this is a structure and this is another structure, right? Now what we're expecting that in this lower time frame for the price to break an important swing low here, which will be, if we look at the monthly level, then this is the monthly support, and that from that point of view, so once the market managed to break below here, that's why you might be able to find potential entry. But at the moment the price is above the monthly resistance, and I would prefer for the price to drop well below that support, okay, well below that support, before it potentially moving back to the upside in the major direction of the trend. So if you look at here, you can see this is the 5 minutes perspective, which is a big move, followed by here is the structure, and we see another move, and the market is potentially coming here, expecting it to melt here to that support and then to return back again to the major direction of the trend. At the moment we saw that there was a breakout, which is a strong bounce from this support level, and with that breakout, okay, so with that breakout here, as the market has reached that resistance line, we may see now a deeper pullback here. You see this is the previous resistance here on the lower time frame, 5 minutes. This is also resistance here, and from that resistance you could see that the price to absolutely come back here, any of this level, either here or even break here before NFP, and then to potentially to return again in the major direction of the trend. So we're waiting to see that how the price potentially be evolving in this session. So let's wait for that price to show its hand. James, welcome, thank you very much for joining the live session. Yeah, so this is NFP, and as you know that NFP is always a trading event that we always look at for the long-term trade, or during the NFP we are able to look at the market as with the NFP. You guys see that there is always a strong volatility, and the market trends before the NFP, before the market moves. So which is a very important price action pattern that you would like to see during the NFP or after the NFP before you look for any entry. And as with the data, with if we see a big deficiency in the forecast as well as with the release, we might see that a bigger move. Now as you can see, this is the 1 minute chart and the market trending in the major direction at the moment. So before NFP, if we see the break of structure, that's where we will be looking for any entry opportunity. Looking at here on this one to see how the news coming up will be, which is only 1 hour remaining from my zone. So if you look at here, CAT coming up, employment change, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. So this is a very important news. You can see dollar and CAD both are coming. So if we look at here in that area, looking at dollar CAD, So looking at dollar CAD, let's look at what's happening with the dollar CAD as well. And dollar CAD, we can see there is a bullish move here on dollar CAD looking at the daily. And dollar CAD is bullish. Weekly also we saw that there was a drop and has got a bounce. Daily price action also here, we see that there is a bounce here. And 4-hour chart here on dollar CAD is where we can see the market from here, a bullish engulfer and another bullish candle with another bullish price action here on dollar CAD, and we could see the market possibly moving further back to the upside on dollar CAD, and you could see that the price is remaining bullish in that area. So this is what with the dollar CAD. We will be back on that one once we see further confirmation. In the meantime, let's look at on gold to see how the price might be doing in that area. So you can see that this is the 1 minute chart again looking at on gold. So this is the two important flight here on the 1 minute. So 3 basically after break of this structure, this 3 flight here, and this is the monthly support. If we look at the monthly low, also you can mark that. So this is the monthly low here, which is pretty low here. So once we see that this market is coming back below here and also coming back here, and we could see that the market breaking any of this structure can be an opportunity to go long. At the moment we can see that it's in a sideway, so better to wait. And this is the monthly support here. Okay, so this is the monthly support. If we look at here, which is the monthly support, and that's where you can see this is the monthly support, a structure formation. We could see the price is absolutely coming, possibly coming here, not absolutely, possibly coming here, and that could give us a potential entry again. At the moment it's in an uptrend, so we only will be looking for potential buying opportunity once we see the market has come to that important area of value. So I hope that you guys can hear me. Can you let me know in the live chat if you can hear me? Hope the mic is working. And let me also post a poll for the coming up on NFP. What's your view on NFP? What's your view on NFP? On gold, let's see. So do you think that gold will drop or the NFP from this level as the market is above the monthly level? If we look at the daily here, you can see that this is the daily price action. That's an interesting price action on the daily. You can see that this is the daily long wick followed by another daily move. So looking at the 4-hour here in the 5 minutes, you can see that this is the lower time frame, and this is where the daily level. Okay, so it's a support bounce. We could see the market is coming here. So from the daily perspective, we can see that this is the daily level, the price above this daily high. So let's readjust this monthly support to the daily support, as we might see the price is coming back here. All right, so this is the daily level, and if you look at the 5 minutes, you can see this daily level also aligning with the previous resistance here in this lower time frame, resistance here, which is turning support here. So what we will be doing here on the XAUUSD is for this price to coming here, possibly breaking that low, and then to trend up. So If this price action dropping back here, we'll be placing a pending order for a possible upside in that direction. If it breaks below the daily support, so this is a daily support, and if it, because the market has gone above the daily support, if it drops below the daily support, we could see the market is having an upside bias here. We'll look at that to see how we can find entry opportunity in this market. I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. Thanks for joining, and let's see what's your view on gold with the upcoming NFP. Do you think that the price will drop back again? So what do you think on the daily perspective on gold? So from the daily perspective, if you look at this is the daily support, and with that daily level, okay, gold may so gold may drop to below daily support. So you have a place that we've given the daily support here, and this is the daily support. I would like to see that gold is coming here, retesting, and then bouncing back to the upside here on gold here. So we can see that in this market, this is here support, okay, moving back to the upside, coming here, going up, coming here. So we saw that there was a structure formation, and from the structure formation has had a breakout, sideways movement. You could see the market possibly coming here and even breaking below and then trending back to the upside here. And this is what we'd like to see. The market has given a clear price action confirmation. As for our entry, we need to see the market is fully ready for that move in this market, and that's the key as a trader, is to look at the market that is high probability. And as you know, that during the NFP, it's gonna be crazy. We only have few minutes to go, and then we would like to see a very sharp direction before we look for any entry. I hope that makes sense to you. Welcome, David. Welcome. Yes, it went from a bearish to break up structure. Yes, so we see that from this, from what time frame you are talking about, the bearish from bearish to break up structure. Once it breaks, once it bounces to the daily support, possibly bullish during NFP. Yeah, this is one point. Welcome. Yeah, this is one important point. If we look at here, we can see that this is a, you can see this is a move, okay, and then the structure formation, coming back to that structure, and okay, this is a structure formation, and we could see that if it drops well below here, that's where we could see the market boom bouncing back to the upside here on XAUSD. So from that perspective, if we look at, you can see that as we discussed, the market breaking below in that direction, which is a good sign that the market probably coming to a level where we might be able to find proper entry opportunity, as we want to see a market that is overextended in one direction. That's where a very important point to look at when you are looking at the trading. We need to look at a market that is overextended in one direction, either to the bearish side or to the bullish side, before we find the entry in the market. So here you can see this is a structure where as we have seen that inverted head and shoulder. Here we saw that there was an inverted head and shoulder and then strong breakout, and then there was a structure. Currently the market is coming back below that level, below that inverted head and shoulder, and because it's coming back below that inverted head and shoulder, we could see the price to come back here, grab the liquidity, and then possibly to trend again to the major direction. And for us to find an entry, we would like to see that the market has come well below this level before we look for that entry opportunity. And that's what, you know, that the smart trader always wait for that zone to come before we look for any entry opportunity. I hope that makes sense to you. And still if you guys have any question, don't hesitate to ask, as we'll see that news coming in just less than an hour. Would like to see that good move, and then we are on the trade. Now here is, you can see that this is a structure dropping back below here to the support level, and then we can expect for the market to possibly to go back up and then to bounce again. Now when you are opening a position, what we look at is, you can see this is a local move here coming back to that liquidity zone, which is an important liquidity zone, and with that drop here to that liquidity zone, and we could see the market is potentially moving back up again to create a new higher high. So you want to see that it's breaking below, here, and that's where you could see the market is heading to the upside. And you can see this is a big drop here, which is good to see. That 1 hour price action, it's a complete breakup structure. And now you can see that this is a move, and with that move, let it drop further below and then to revert back again to the upside to create a new higher high. Would like to see that it's coming well below that level, especially below. We might see that coming back below, and if we see that it has come back below, we will be looking for pending order. Let's look at the daily perspective. Also very important that, you know, we look at the daily. Now you can see this is when we look at the daily, we can see a completely different picture, while we are looking at the lower time frame, another picture. This is the key of becoming better trader from the multi-time frame perspective, because when you do the multi-time frame, you'll see that all the possible scenario to play out before you make your trading decision. You can see daily one picture. If you look at the 30 minutes, it's a completely different picture here. And in this 30 minutes time frame, which is, you know, that it's almost more than a half remaining, the price is bearish in that area from the 30 minutes perspective. If you look at, and looking at the 1 minute, here is what we can see from the 1 minute, and this is a series of lower high structure formation. We have seen that break up down here, and we can see that the market is that it's dropping back below here. So that's where looking at in this area, okay, so we see that after this drop, the price on the support level, I would like to see that it's breaking below here, penetrating that support, and then to possibly to again return back again to the upside to that resistance line. 30 minutes, still we see that there is a sharp rejection. 15 minutes, pretty strong bearish price action. Now the possibility to bounce back up will determine if the price is having enough downside here in this market. So waiting for the price to form any kind of long wick, that means that if the price dropping back below here, we could see that liquidity trigger, and that might take that price back to the upside to the resistance line to create a new higher high. Very simple way to understand how the price potentially moving in the market. Hope that making sense to you. Which time frame are you analyzing now? We are analyzing the multi-time frame. So currently we are at 1 minute chart. Thanks for that. Now this NFP is, you can see there is a doji, so we may see now possibly further movement in that direction with the coming up news. Now you can see here is a move, a narrow pullback, and another move, pullback, another move, pullback. It is in a you can see it's in a bearish price action. And we can see that from that zone here, this is a structure, and we could see the price possibly coming back below here, below that level, and we could see after that possibly the market to go back up again to create a new higher high in this market. So would like to see that you can see it's penetrating that back below. Yeah, we can see that a penetration below here, and all right, so 4-hour chart, it's on the support level from the 4-hour time frame, and I think that after it breaks below, we could find that possible okay, it's well below now. Let's still in the zone here. Let's look at completely a fresh perspective. 4-hour chart, the price on the below the 4-hour level. This is an important candlestick pattern on the intraday time frame here. So what I am going to do, we will be placing a pending order if the market reverse back up for this, as this is the 4-hour. If it bounce back up, we could see a possible weak fill here. If we look at the daily, though, we can see this is the daily resistance, and it's having an upside. So here you will be able to target not many pip but few pip if the market managed to bounce before the news. If it triggers, it may continue to drop, so our pending order will be only for 15 to 20 minutes. If it triggers here, we will be placing that buy stop in that area. So here is the buy stop placing at 3109.47, stop loss at 3094, TP target at 3125.20. So placing a buy stop at 3109.47, stop at 3094.56, and TP target at 3125.20. And placing a buy stop, place the pending order on XAUUSD. Now we are placing that pending order in that area on XAUUSD, and with that pending order, if the market is going up, that's where we are on the trade, and still not entering. I think we might see that trigger on this trade as it is approaching that level. So we are on the trade at the moment. The trade is triggered. Okay, so running one trade here, it triggers, and from here we can see the market started to move up again. And let's wait to see that, looking at the 15 minutes where now looking at the 1 hour chart, this is the 1 hour price action where you've seen that there is a 1 minute candle closing at 15 seconds, and okay, some if we look at the 15 minutes, it might move little in a sideway at the moment in that area, as failed to move aggressively. Waiting to see so With that on mind as coming up NFP, let's wait to see possible move to the liquidity zone, and I was expecting to break above, so we see that there is a little bit of weaker response from the buyers. So if even the market is going back to the entry, we may be taking the trade out. So from the multi-time frame here on gold, we can see that this is the 15 minutes, and we may see some sideways movement in that area. So the entry here was okay, so the price for us is 3109.59. No, so the price is here, our pending order that we discussed. So 31 and $3109.59, which is the entry. Now here is we see some bullish bias, possibly to grab the liquidity here. Now as coming up NFP, we'll be waiting to see the market to cross the entry, and then I will not be running this trade very long once we see the price has reached the break-even area as NFP coming, and we may see that possible again another reaction in that direction. So at the moment the price has reached our entry, so I am exiting break even because we'll be waiting for NFP. This is just we see that upside, it may come back again, so we will not be taking that risk at the moment. I'm out with the trade. It's a break even trade. The reason it's break even out, you can see it's grabbing liquidity and dropping back again, as if it straight going up to the trend, we would look to hold it. It may now move sideways and could drop again, or it could bounce back up. So we are break even out on this trade, and it may have some sideways movement, and we will be waiting for the data to come up. And I hope that making sense to you guys. Hope that you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. And looking at how are you going with that? Welcome. We bought. We are out, as if you look at here, you can see 15 minutes. The market has formed a candlestick pattern which had a very sharp rejection, and the reason I'm out is we may see that possible further break of structure before it started to trend up. And as NFP coming, we don't want to get stopped out with the spike. We as it made a pullback here, we may see that further liquidity grab, or it might move in a sideways. In a one scenario, it may trend, but looking at the market, that is very high probability. Thank you. Okay, it's possibly forming an inverted head and shoulder here, or you could see the market is coming in that direction here, depending on where it is heading to, and we will be trading based on that. At the moment, we are waiting for the price action confirmation. Once we see the price action confirmation, we will be entering the trade. You can see it's grabbing liquidity from the top and trying to break below here in that direction. Let's wait to see what in fact the market is preparing for that. And what's your view on NFP? I see some votes. Okay, 30 members voted with NFP. May drop to daily level 47%. And okay, so this is almost 50-50 probability for the Forex USD to either to drop to the support or to bounce back up. But as it is a very unpredictable at the moment, I'm deleting those lines here to understand it. Now you can see that the price is exactly at 50% of the daily candle, right? So it opened with the Asian session, dropped and bounced back up. Now it's almost at the 50% of the daily long week candle. And because it's on the 50% of the daily long week candle, we may see that this is where the 4-hour bounce here. Okay, and if we look at the 1-hour doji, you can see this is the 1-hour doji, and this is a 1-hour doji here. It's quite important candlestick pattern. 15 minutes here, this is where looking at to see possible price action. And what do we see, guys, here? This is a very interesting, this is a narrow doji, bounced, returned back again, another narrow doji here, and in that area on gold, what we can see the price to possibly fill that long wick and then to return back up or dropping down. Possibility for, as the market below the daily support, if you look at the 4-hour, you can see this is the 4-hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and the 5 minutes. As the market below the daily and below this low here, we could see the market is coming here in that direction. So looking at the 1 minute chart, you can see this is the 1 minute price action. Here is bearish at the moment. Okay, so we are here is bearish price action. This is a purely bearish price action in that area. Okay, so with that bearish price action, you could see the market is coming here in that direction to the support level or to create a new lower low in this market. So here is what we can see, the market coming back below to the lower time frame price action, and we may see that here continuation, but I'm not entering as with NFP. Would like to see a clear price action confirmation, then we will be entering into the trade. Now you can see that this is a very important price action here in that area, which is significant support level. And daily chart here, you can see also the same thing from the 1 minute. Also we can see the same price action pattern has formed in that area, and in that price action we would like to see the price breaking well below that level. Let's wait for the market to show proper directional bias. Okay, here is after this 10 and 20 MA crossover, it started to break below here, and would like to see the market dropping below here, and this is a support. We may see that now it's coming back in that here to that support level here. If it is not news time, we could look for possible entry, but at the moment we can see that as the news is coming, we'll be patient here for a directional bias. As we see that there's a head, left shoulder, right shoulder, we can expect for the market to possibly to trend in that direction to the support level here to create a new lower low in the market. Thank you. Well. Welcome. And it's that coming back below. Okay, coming up here is a support test that we have seen, and further move possible in that direction. And daily chart here, that daily price action that we see, daily price action is significantly bearish here in that area, and from 15 minutes and the 5 minutes, which is a significant movement. Looking at the 1 minute chart here, we can see the price possibly coming here and possibly breaking below that level. So we're waiting to see, expecting it to come back below to the support level. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. And there was an early move that we have seen before the NFP, which is in fact ultimately returned back again to the baseline. Now I'll leave it as it is now at the moment. Let's look at the daily low here, marking the daily low. Also the daily low, and this is the daily low. Okay, so this is a daily low. Now here is from this level, this is the drop and the pullback. This is the daily low, daily support and daily low here. So this is the daily support. And wanting to see the market to come back here to the daily support and possibly to touch the daily low, and then we'll be looking at potential trading opportunity in this market. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. With the doji formation, we could see the market is here possibly to trend to that low. Daily support, daily low, expecting to break below in that direction. Okay, what you can see here, this is where a big drop and then the sideway movement, a big drop, sideway movement, expecting for another drop here to create a new lower low. Thanks for joining, guys. I hope that you are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up. We can see that here is the price is sideways at the moment, and with that move, a drop sideways, and we could see the market could come back here in that direction to that support level. Welcome. Waiting for NFP? Yeah, absolutely. Head and shoulder in 1 minute chart. Yes. Head and shoulder on 1 minute chart. Yeah, this is what you can see. There is a head and shoulder in 1 minute chart. So head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. Head and shoulder in 1 minute chart, and you could see the market to come back here. That's what you can see, the trend down in that direction. So head and shoulder in the 1 minute chart is a significant support level here. Would like to see the price to come back here and then to possibly to keep pushing down in that area. And if you look at here, you can see that this is a well organized head and shoulder, which is showing that possible reversal. And we have 15 minutes to go for the price to possibly coming back again to this support, as it is trending, and we may see the price to potentially trend in that direction. So here 20 from the 1 minute price action, we see that there is a price action break to the upside here, and so that might be another liquidity grab here, and then to return back again in that direction. So looking at the 1 minute chart, again looking at the lower time frame, here we can see that big drop, pull back to the upside, another drop, pull back. So the market possibly coming here to the support level. Okay, waiting to see that movement to the upside possibly, and then to drop again, as NFP data could first push that price in the direction of the trend. Now, if you look at the daily, you can see the market from the daily resistance start to drop, and here in this lower time frame, if you look at the 5 minutes, you can see the market in that area is possibly to returning back to the support level here. And this is what we're waiting to see, that the market is in fact trending in that direction to create a new lower low. We'll see that. Okay, so sir, do you think will go down? Okay, so GBP USD also we'll be looking at to see what's happening now. British pound US dollar, we saw that there was a breakup, complete breakup structure here on GBP USD. So let's see what's happening with this one here, as this market on British pound US dollar, there was a daily huge bounce earlier, and with that daily bounce we can see from here big bounce on the daily, from here a strong bounce, and we can see that from here the price so far dropped in that direction. From the 4-hour perspective here, we can see this is the 4-hour chart here, which is a very important support on the lower time frame on 4-hour perspective on GBP USD, and with that a price action on British pound US dollar, we can see that this is where from this support level we can see the market possibly coming here back to the upside, create a new higher high. So this is a probability that GBP USD may push back to the upside, where it dropped from this resistance line. We can see that this is the 1-hour chart. As it dropped back to that support, we may see that the market again going back to that resistance line, to that liquidity zone. So if we look at here on the 30 minutes perspective, here we can see that couple of the previous candle is a liquidity candle here, and yeah, there's a probability for an upside here, but as news is coming in just matter of 10 minutes, would like to wait for the clear confirmation, and if there is a spike, if it is done, then we will be looking into any entry in this market. So let's keep both of them on our watch list, gold as well as British pound US dollar. Gold we are trading on 1 minute. Gbpusd you can look at 15 minutes, and gold is looking at 1 minute chart to see. You can see that it just has got a reaction from the top. All right, so you can see that it bounced, as I mentioned, and that got a reaction from the top. The possibly it might come back here below this level to the support level. We'll see that how far it might be going. And in the meantime, guys, I hope that you are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. So you see there is a potential inverted head and shoulder formation here on the 1 minute that could take that price possibly to upside again here to the resistance, as this might be a preparation for possible some short-term upside here possible. As of with the NFP, this is a very important trading event, as you know that. And also the data, the results coming up with that one is very important, because when we are looking at the data to come up, we may see that the market is reacting aggressively. If we see that the data has a very big difference, then we might see that very aggressive reaction. Now 5 minutes to go here. So you have CAD employment change, CAD unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. So these are very important news. So now you can see that after break of this high, it remained in the direction. So because it remained in the direction, you could see the price to drop back here in the support level. Let's wait to see which one is likely to happen here. You can see that there is a narrow drop here to that support level, and that's what we could see the market to drop in that direction to the liquidity zone here. Waiting for the market to give us suitable price action confirmation here, and you can see this is the narrow doji, wanting to see that it's heading back to the level and then coming back here possibly. Once we see that enough price action, we will be looking into that entry. And this is a pretty strong price action. Employment change, unemployment case, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. And while we see the Gbpusd as well having that upside bias, while gold also from this support level having a reaction. So this is a also, when we see this kind of bearish engulfer, guys, it is important that when you are trading with the gold, it sometimes form this kind of price action, which is very nice to look at. As we are on a trade, just buy trade, we didn't open immediately sell trade as of with the news, but in generally this is kind of price action. That's where we can see possible a little bigger move, because you can see this is a liquidity grab bearish engulfer and it started to drop in that direction from that level. So we'll see that where it is heading. Thanks for joining the live session. I appreciate your support. Let's wait for the market to show its hand. Coming up, just 2 minutes to go for the news. and then we will be in the trade. Okay, from here another wave of drop that we can see with the head, left shoulder and the right shoulder. We may see that directional bias here. Waiting on 1 more minute. I think the data has started to come. Okay, so unemployment change, very big difference. Non-farm employment change is positive, so there has been some mixed reaction here. Unemployment rate also dropped, so employment change is very negative. Okay, so plus 10.4k to minus 32.6k. So that is how it is reacting to DXY. It's also important. Let's look at the DXY. DXY was in a bearish trend, so if we look at the gold here, we can see that gold doji. Now you can see that this is a doji here, and with that doji, okay, so this is a doji, a long wick doji, and with this long wick doji, a very strong doji. And now let's see what kind of price action is forming with the doji. And as you can see, back to back 2 dojis. Would like to see that to break below. For the 1 hour, you can see that bearish move, 15 minutes bearish move. So we can see that NFP didn't make big move, but we see that there are 2 long wick candles here, and these 2 long wick candles are important, and we can see the market from that long wick candles. It currently moving in a sideway that we see on the lower time frame, and with this sideway movement, back to back 2 dojis here. we can see it's still in a sideway in that zone. We see this still in a sideway, and we could see the market to break below here to that support level. Waiting for a breakup structure. This is a complete sideway movement at the moment, and with that sideway movement we have seen the market to possibly yeah, you can see some bearish movement possibly coming here. Let's delete those lines. And for our chart here, 4-hour candle is a complete breakup structure from that level, and daily price action here, 15 minutes up to here, and 1 minute, now you can see that in that area, this is a long wick candle. The way price action heading, we could see the for the price to drop back here to that support level, and as the market is here trending in the downside, so if we look at here for possible drop to that support level, 10 pip move possible in that direction, as there has been a complete breakup structure, but we need to possibly to enter by the market. Okay, so placing a trade here, sell trade, for just for a couple of pips to see that it's coming back in that direction and to that support level. So this is a around 14, quite a few pip stop loss. Placed a sell trade here on gold, expecting it to drop back below. So placed a sell trade by market. Okay, so if it is coming here, this is a very quick trade, it's a scalping. So if it is coming well below that level, we will be out of the trade. It's going in that direction. Okay, almost hitting, nearing to the TP. Okay, out of the market, so profit taken. Hope that you guys understood it. So profit taken. profit taken. Have you guys got that anything? Have anyone opened this trade here in this live session? Successful trade on NFP, small one, but we got it. Let's see what next we have in this market. And I mentioned the key here is to remain profitable. Now it's still keep pushing down. It's still dropping down here, and we can see the market is still breaking below, and we may see the price is coming back to the support level to create a new lower low. Now with that said, you can see the prices keep pushing down. So we see another successful trade on gold, and you know, NFP was as I mentioned, very important trading event, and it's still bearish in that area. We can see that a bounce, grab liquidity, and then coming back here. Okay, so here we see that lower time frame. If you look at the daily here, you can see the market just tested the daily low. We may see further drop possible in this market as it is coming back, pushing back down here. Now this is the 1 minute price action again, going up for potentially another pullback here. And having the reaction to the upside, and that reaction might be a possibility for in this lower time frame, possibility for another drop here. Very interesting price action, and you can see the price has reached that 5 minutes resistance line here as well. So we can see that the market is in this lower time frame. The way price is heading is also that bearish. Thank you. So you see that break to the upside here. Okay, so we see that here with this movement to the upside has reached that level, and here we can see that this is a kind of V shape, and with that V shape here we see the market possibly to moving back up in that V shape, but still we see that bearish move. And yeah, may remain bearish. This is a bearish price action. Still bearish price action. So let's see what's happening with the euro dollar and British pound US dollar. And with the British pound US dollar, this is the 4-hour chart. We can see from this resistance line, pretty strong drop to that support level, and it has made this move. Okay, so we are two layers looking at it. This one is Forex USD. Let's delete this layer here on gold, and with that candle pattern, we see that gold possibly to have now this 4-hour. If this 4-hour is closing, okay, you can see this is a resistance, liquidity gap. This 4-hour is closing back below, we may see the market to potentially drop back here to the support level. And with that in mind, look at the 30 minutes, 5 minutes here, and the 1 minute. And with that move to the resistance here, liquidity gap, we could see that on XAUSD to potentially come back here, trend to that support level. So you can see the candlestick pattern is still showing that bearish pattern here. So you could see that the market to possibly return back to the support level. And keeping in mind, guys, you can see this is the 15 minutes price action on gold. 15 minutes price action is highly bearish. So the way the candlestick pattern has formed, you can see the previous 15 minutes is a bearish engulfer with a long wick at the top bottom, and this 15 minutes candle is filling that long wick. So from the 15 minutes, it look like that highly bearish. From the 1 minute, therefore, should be also the same kind of price action formation on gold. If you look at the 15 minutes, you can see it's also the same bearish price action. And therefore, on the lower time frame and the higher time frame, we could see that the same kind of price action pattern is being formed. And the possibility for me, I think we could see still remain bearish in that direction. You can see here the broken picture is potentially bearish. Yes, 100 pip. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, this is a very good trade that we have secured. Now, depending on the price action pattern, we will see further entry once we find that possible zone here. Now, in the meantime, if you are enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up, guys, and also you can find all the useful links below this video in the description if you want to join us. Also, you can find first link for the signal and education. You can visit www.forextradingwizard.com. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. And once you are a member in us, this offer will be ending very soon without announcement, as today is NFP. You can find that link to the website www.forextradingwizard.com is the link that we look at the market. So this is the link where you can access the courses as well as the strategies. So this is the website where you guys can join us today if you want to become a member in the academy, where you can learn and grow as a trader with me, and also you can have access to all the trading tools, all the ideas that I am using in my personal trading. With that being said, as you know that, guys, enjoyable session NFP coming up tomorrow, very important trading day tomorrow. For that means that Monday next week, because trading day is Monday to Friday. So next week coming up, another important trading week, as the market with the NFP, the price started to trend, and we might see that reflection of that movement could be extending next week. So you can see this is a trend, and later today also I'll keep watching the price action. We'll keep looking at the market as NFP, and we might see that at the end of the week, in the last session, there could be significant movement. I want to catch that move whenever it arises. And by the way, also tomorrow coming up, very important lesson, we will be showing you to all of you so that you guys can see what are the secrets in the market. I'll be revealing everything. If you guys want to access all of that, make sure you stay subscribed, and also keep eye during the NY session and London session time. That time I will be publishing all the content that coming up tomorrow. So yeah, maybe Powell's speech is important. Yeah, that might be. So because it didn't move much, there was a move, but not like NFP. We expected further bigger move with the NFP, but that's gonna come. Okay, anytime you'll see this escalate and you start to trend or moving. Already we see that this is a trend. We don't need a wild move, isn't it? What we will do with the wild move, we will not be able to trade this kind of move. Instead, the one that we see here, I'm ready. Good to see that this kind of trend is important, because when you see the market trending like that, that's where easily we can enter into the trade and find out proper stop loss, take profit. So as we can see, this market trending in that direction, so we will keep eye for further entry opportunity. As soon as we will find, we will be entering into that trade. So with that being said, thank you very much for joining this live session, and I'll see you again, guys, again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.